10 minute, 1 minute, 10 seconds. A set of words that send shivers down my spine. You see, I love making these videos, but I also hate making these sorts of videos because my heart rate goes through the roof. I find it too stressful. I need to wear a heart rate monitor while I'm recording these things so I can actually see where I'm at, because I'm probably at about 280, which actually I think that would mean I was dead. Well, no, 0 would mean that I was dead, but I think 280 comes before 0. It's 280 to 0. As you can probably tell, I'm not a doctor. Anyway, regardless, today we're going to be doing one that's a little bit different. There's probably not going to be too much redstone in this one because it's going to be purely in survival mode. Survival mode starter base is 10 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes. Goodness me. Prepare yourselves for lots of squeaks and ahs. You know, I don't really know what that set of noises was. Anyway, let's get to this. Okay, as soon as the world generates, then that's when we start the timer. Okay, we're not going to be messing around. This is like a... all the tension builds. Okay. Oh my goodness, it takes longer to mine than I thought. Have I or have I not absolutely nailed it? Okay, I'll be the first to admit that I might be stretching the definition of base here, but I would say as far as 10 seconds go, there's not much more you can do in survival Minecraft. So let's move on to the 1 minute challenge. The world is generating in. I have a rough idea of what I plan on doing, but whether or not I can actually execute it, I mean, I don't know. I have, like, the amounts that I need for things worked out in my head, so I'm going to need 4 bits of wood. Alright, so that is 1 log. There is our second log. We are wasting no time here. Absolutely no time can be wasted. Alright, cool. Okay, we've got everything. Right, we need this. We need to turn everything into planks, and then we need that little fella down there. We need 1 set of sticks. Come on. Okay, we need 23 pieces of dirt to make this thing function. Alright, we're going full dirt house here, if you can't tell. Alright. Doing well. How much time have we spent? I think we're only at about 30 seconds, but goodness me, is this a slow process. Alright, we got 1 more piece of dirt than we actually needed. No, we're wasting time here. Alright, that's that. Okay, dirt going in. I can't even talk. I can't even think. Boom. There it is. I mean, does that count? That has to count as a base, and I would say I think we might have just about managed it within the allotted time period. Having watched it back, I can confirm that we did succeed. We somehow managed to pull that off, and I would say that my heart rate peaked at around about 240 there, so actually we're doing okay. I only partially had minor heart problems there. This works. Look, we actually had spare dirt. My calculations clearly were way off, but this is it. Yeah, there's not quite as many frills as my previous redstone versions of this challenge, but, you know, you can't really expect me to head off, gather up redstone resources and everything like that, and do everything within 1 minute. I'm quite proud of what we've managed to achieve here. Anyway, now it is time for the slightly less stressful, but also quite stressful, because there's a lot of resources to gather within 10 minutes, but it's now the 10-minute challenge. We've got 10 times more time than we have for this one. And I really do sincerely apologise for my zooming there. I don't know what I was doing. Regardless, let's get to it, shall we? Creating the new world. 10-minute starter base. Okay, so we're going to be a little bit more ambitious with this one. We're probably going to have to gather up some tools and things, but I think my strategy of gathering up 4 logs was probably a good idea in the beginning, because that gives me enough to get a crafting bench, and maybe, I mean, I guess we go for a wooden pickaxe this time, because yeah, we don't need the log. Yeah, we don't need the door, at least for the time being. Okay, let's gather this up. Crafting book. Planks, definitely. Crafting bench. Sticks. And then it's going to be pickaxe. Yeah, because we want to be 100% stone tools as fast as possible, like a true professional Minecrafter. Come on, where is the stone? Right, thank goodness for that. Oh my goodness, I forgot how slow this was. I really want to do a cobblestone roof. But that might be a bit of a bold thing to do. Alright, let's get ourselves set up with a bunch... Well, we need an axe. Okay, in fact, I'm going to convert all of these to sticks for the time being. We need an axe. We need the shovel. We're going to get the full set. So, stone pickaxe. Where is that? Okay, brilliant. Now we get as much wood as we possibly can, because as I say, I really want this place to be made out of wood and cobblestone. That is kind of like my ideal. With one full stack of wood, I'm assuming that's going to be enough to actually do something pretty decent. I mean, we could just move over there. We could just... The 10-minute challenge is we just take over a village. No, that's not really in the spirit of things. Let's see, how big do I actually want this place? This is the worst possible place that I could have started building. What an awful place to build a house. Okay, now we're going to have to do some terraforming. But I do think that this is about the right size. Maybe 5 blocks across. Okay, so 5 blocks across, and then we'll go from there. And this is going to be a fairly standard, fairly regular little vanilla Minecraft house. I really don't know why I decided to start building the house here. That was a very odd decision. It's like right on the edge of a small pond. I mean, we could use that to our favour a tiny bit and make something out of it, but I don't know. We have actually run out of wood though, so we're going to need a little bit more of that. You may notice that also I'm not sprinting anymore. It's because I've realised that if I do keep sprinting and jumping around, I'm going to start running into problems with food. So I'm warning you, Mr. Horse, I wouldn't stand so close to me, because if things get desperate, you're going. Right, with all of the framework in place, now it is time to actually start gathering up all of the stone that we're going to convert into our cobblestone stairs that are going to make up the roof of this thing. And wow, that is looking wonky. Okay, let's get that shifted back over so that it actually looks good. It still looks weird. Oh, it needs to be 1 block taller all the way around. Yet more wood is required for this build. Thankfully, we're still doing okay for time at the minute, and at least it's still daylight. Back into my little mining hole now. Now, if I was smart, I would be mathematical and I would work out exactly how much cobblestone I'm going to need. That could come in handy. Okay, so we're actually going to have torches. I actually feel like this is quite professional. That was a very lucky find. I wonder if we can find some iron. Then we might be able to get some iron tools. Either way, we probably don't need that much. We don't need that much coal, because remember, this is purely a superficial challenge. We are not starting out a survivor world here. We are just trying to make a cool looking starter base within 10 minutes. Fashion over function 100% with this video all the way. I would say 47 has to be enough. I mean, surely that's enough. Alright, boom, boom. 20, you get 28. You get 28. There's less. How can a full block go into a stair that has a quarter of a block missing, and it basically halves the amount that I have? How does that even make any sense? This is not good news. Okay, we've come up with a new plan of action, because that is going to obviously take far too long. We are going to build a Hollywood house. All right, this is going to be my Hollywood house, in that it's going to have a very pretty front, and then the back. We're basically going to build a set. But I would still say we're doing okay for time. And I thought I would gather up a little bit of wood and add a little bit of depth to this build by putting some wooden logs on the corners, as opposed to it all just being completely flat with planks, because that looks pretty terrible. So once those go in, that looks quite nice. And then once we start getting our roof in place, it's starting to look pretty. More cobblestone is required. I don't know what to do with my floor either. Do I just do that as cobblestone too? Am I going to go Super 2012 with this build? It feels like I'm going to go Super 2012 with this build. Oh gosh, it's starting to get dark. That is not something that I've really prepared for in the slightest, because fashion over function and everything like that. Maybe I should just... Okay, I'll light up the inside of my build. I clearly ran out of blocks there, so let's fill that in. Do I try and find some sheep to get some form of bed set up? I can't see any sheep anywhere. I think my current plan of action is just to ignore the mob problem and continue work on the build. Alright, next up, I want some fence posts, because obviously we don't have any glass, so we're going to have to do some slightly old-fashioned style windows here. But I gotta say, that looks okay. That looks quite sweet, actually. And then if we were to put maybe some fence posts up there, maybe some fence posts here. That's not good. Oh gosh, I forget how painful these things are without armor on. But regardless, now that I've placed in some flowers and things like that, I thought I would also put like a little pathway in. That looks really cute. I'm a big fan of this place. Right, let's get the floor in. And with that done, and excess cobblestone used to create a furnace, that is it. Time is up. And that was actually really, that was more stressful than I was even expecting. Right, let's set the time today so that we can actually take a proper look at this thing. So as I just mentioned, I really do really like this. It looks absolutely adorable from the front. As soon as you start walking out onto the side, you notice that there's something a little bit off about this place. In that, yes, it seems to be missing the rear section, which, as I said, I think it just adds to its character, to be honest with you. So we've pulled it off. We have managed to make a base in 10 seconds, 1 minute, and then finally 10 minutes, just about. It is definitely a lot easier doing it in creative mode, that's for sure. Anyway, this was a really fun video to make. What was that? I'm just going to end the video there. A fun video to make. What was that? You know, if you ever try and record a YouTube video, you will notice that you mess up your words way... I don't know what it is. I think it's as soon as you get a microphone in front of you, you just start overthinking what you're saying and things come out in just word sandwiches. It's a nightmare. It really is a nightmare.
One.